Hello guys and welcome back to the next episode, or third episode, of Plum Labs. And it's getting dark outside. It looks like we're going to have to sleep. Bed's over here, and it's not quite night time yet, we can't sleep. But what are we doing today, guys? Now, I want to improve on the basic system we have going on here. So at the minute I'm just pulverising some iron, getting some stuff, so we've got some nickel and stuff. But I want some automatic way of pumping this into the furnace, because at the minute it's not automated, and if it's not automated, I'm not a big fan. I'm sure you guys, I don't know, if you guys know me well enough, you guys will know that I love automation. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that with item ducts. I believe that's what they're called. Can you get, let's see, if I type in item. I'm not entirely familiar with what all the ways of transporting items are. I believe opaque item ducts are probably your best bet. So they require, if you want the regular item ducts, they're a piece of hardened glass, which I don't think we really have access to. Yeah, we don't have access to that. Excuse me, third episode into a series. So looks like we're going to have to do the lead route. So I'm going to be a little bit wasteful, I hope you guys don't mind. And just, we only have 10 lead ore actually, I'd rather be wasteful with the iron rather than wasteful with the lead. Let's see, so let's stick that iron in there. These guys have some coal? Yeah, they have coal. So yeah, we have a basic amount of resources, guys. Not a vast amount, but we have a pretty basic amount of resources. Okay, you're not going to work until I do that, are you? I don't think you would. Okay. But the one thing I would like to do is upgrade these horrible stone tools to some nice iron ones. Obviously, of course, Tinker's Construct stuff will be coming along down the line. I'm not going to completely ignore those. Don't worry, I'm not a noob with Tinker's Construct, thankfully. Okay, there's the iron axe, and these tools can now be discarded into a chest. Thankfully, because stone tools, they're not great, and they don't even look that cool either. So, hope you guys don't mind me discarding that. Okay, we've got some pulverised lead, which I'm going to stick in here. And we should then be able to get some automation going for our system. So I think what I might do for now is just pretty much have a hopper that feeds items into the thing. Or actually, no, I'm going to use item ducts, actually. Although I believe once we create smart item ducts, we're going to need some servos. Servos are pretty much what allow you to move things around. So we need some piece of glass, some iron nuggets, and some iron. Just for the most basic one. I mean, we can get hardened ones if we really want to. They just require some glass, iron, and invar, which is... Yeah, we're not quite... Are we ready for invar yet? Although it's just some pulverised iron and some nickel. Oh, did we get nickel? Yeah, we did. Actually, this doesn't seem like the worst idea to go for. I mean, they are ever so slightly quicker, so it's not really the end of the world if we swing a little bit of that to get some of that. So yeah, we only need a couple of ingots, and we need 2 servos. So we need some iron nuggets, which, if I remember correctly, that's just vanilla recipe. Yeah, pretty simple. We're going to need a couple of pieces of glass. Do we have any glass? Damn, I don't have any glass. How do we not have any glass, guys? Did I really not collect any glass in the last couple of episodes? Oh, what a noob. I think I collected a little bit of sand than I remember now, because I was complaining about having to dig up my beach. Since I do kind of want to keep the beach. I may terraform it a little bit, but don't worry, I'm going to keep it fairly natural looking. I don't want some horrible artificial beach, since that sucks, right? Okay, let's smelt all the sand, although we'll smelt a bit. We don't necessarily need all of it. This guy's pulverising quite nicely. He's pulverising a lot quicker rate what the furnace is smelting, so it's definitely going to be a good idea to upgrade this guy at some point with some sort of power storage unit. So if I say have something, I don't know, like I'm trying to think, some sort of power like an energy cube. I'm not sure what they're called. They're not called energy. They have changed names so many times I've completely forgot what they're called. Okay, well we'll find those later on anyway, guys. They're not majorly important for now. So I'll continue for now manually transferring the iron into here. Have we, okay, we've got some glass. So I believe that now means that we are ready for some servos. Hardened ones, hopefully. Oh, we're missing the invar. Where did the invar go? Is that in the... Oh, where is the invar? I'm sure I smelted the invar up. Where's the invar? Oh, it's there, in my inventory. Guys, why didn't you tell me I did put it in the furnace? Crazy. Pulverised nickel, I'm going to save that for the time being. Because it is useful for invar, I don't think I really have many other uses for nickel. It's possibly used in a few other machines and stuff. I'm not entirely sure if it has any other uses. So that's 1 we can make. And I believe that should be 2. Okay, hardened servo. There's 2, and now we need a piece of, or 2 pieces of lead. Is that not the recipe for the pipe? Was it not lead and iron? I can't even spell a pig. Okay, fluid duct, hardened fluid duct, item duct, here we go. Oh, it's tin! Ah, derp. Okay, we haven't got much tin, so I believe pulverizing it is going to be the preferred option here. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to pause the video here, and I'll be back once I've got the tin ready for the making of these item ducts. Okay, guys, that's our last piece of tin ready to make some item ducts. Okay, item duct, and why... Oh, there we go, wrong one. I don't know why I decided to create 12. I'm a little bit of a noob. Also, what I'm going to need is something called a crescent hammer, I believe they're called. Yes, and they require tin and some iron. I believe we have some tin in here. And, whoops, don't want to be throwing all that around. And this guy is going to be useful for taking stuff off. So you can't really break stuff without them losing their inventory sometimes. So it's a pretty good way of doing that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this guy and stick him down there. That seems a fairly reasonable place to put him. Now if I send him with his out... Okay, he's not even needing servos, or is he? Did you just send your inventory into there? Okay, you did. I'm quite happy with that. If I'm honest, I thought he would need a servo for that to work, but apparently not. Now, what I'm going to do is get myself a chest. We have a little bit of wood. Not much, but we have just a little bit. And I am definitely going to need a servo for what I'm about to do here. So, as much as this looks a little bit messy, I will tidy this up in a later video. And why are you not connecting? There you go, you're connected. You're not going to want to connect there. And I'm going to need one hardened servo here. And I'm going to tell this guy to work without a redstone signal and just pretty much extract whatever the hell you like. This guy, I believe I'm going to want the blue to be on the left, I believe, because that's his input. Yes, so blue on the left, and I believe now if I put some ore in, so if I go for just say some iron and some tin, that's going to then go into the blue slot. Hopefully nothing's going to get deposited into here, as if it went into there that would be a tiny bit of a disaster. And I'd really rather not have a disaster this early on into the series. Now I believe for now what I might do is just have 2 separate engines running the pulverizer, and I'm going to have an electric furnace here. I think that might make my life a little bit easier. You know, okay. Good. We're getting a little bit tight on wood, so I'm going to have to go and chop some wood down in very short time. So let's get a chest. And you know, it is a good idea actually that I made 2 servos, because now I can plug this guy down, put a server in this guy, tell him to extract on high, or on ignored rather, not on high, and he should extract this guy's inventory. Not okay, he's extracted the coal, which I don't know why he just decided to extract the coal and not the actual stuff. Okay, that's clearly a bit of a problem. This guy, I believe, is putting his inventory into here, or at least I hope so. I don't know where else he's sending his inventory. Okay, this guy, for now, I'm just going to say, okay, let's turn this guy off. Let's put that guy on high, just so this guy can put the... I don't think these guys work very well with vanilla furnaces, so I'm going to have to leave that out for now. So what we're going to need is some sort of smelter, and I believe you can get redstone furnaces, I believe they're called? Yeah, they are. You can get ones from industrial foregoing, which require some plastic, which requires dry rubber, which requires rubber from rubber trees, which we haven't got yet. We can get IC2 rubber furnaces. We can get redstone furnaces from thermal expansion, which I believe are going to be our best bet. And I believe we're going to need some clay. So we are right next to the water, and you see, you guys must be seeing now one of the massive conveniences of being just on the shore's edge. So hopefully we should be able to see some clay. Yep, there's some clay hiding in the sand over there. Okay, 16 clay. Not I can't even speak. Not an awesome amount, but I can't complain. That's enough to make us that redstone furnace that we want. So we're going to need some copper gears. So of course that means crushing a little bit of copper and smelting it. Okay. Pulverizer. Okay, that also needs to be extracted as well. That's something to bear in mind. So tin, let us crush that. And can we sleep? Yes, we can sleep. Some more ZZZs. Okay guys, so bricks going in there. Got some tin going in here. Now I don't have another furnace, so I'll probably do a plug that furnace back down again that I just took up. Let's just temporarily put him there. I know it's not the neatest place, but it'll do. It will do, as they say. Why are you not going in there? Oh, because the bloody coal's in there. Why does vanilla furnaces do this? Mods just do not like vanilla furnaces at all by the looks of it. This is really quite frustrating, actually. Also, why am I doing tin as well when we need copper? Am I losing my marbles, guys? Just comment below if I'm losing my marbles. If you comment yes, I probably will agree with you, actually. Okay. We are going to be able to have some bricks very, very soon. Which, I'm going to craft them now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Bricks. There we go. That's something for the redstone furnace. We're then going to need a redstone reception coil, which is a piece of gold, which is also quite a rare commodity, so I don't really want to lose any of my gold. I don't think we have any gold. Yeah, I don't have any spare gold bars. So, stick the gold in there to be crushed, and let's smelt up the copper. See, I'll stick the copper back into pulverize, and the gold I'll stick in the bottom furnace. And do we have any redstone? Yeah, we've got some in our inventory. We've got some tin on the way. We're also going to need a machine frame, which is a bunch of iron and a tin gear. So we do have plenty of iron, luckily. So I think with that, I'm going to make the things that hopefully we'll be able to. Do you have any glass? Do you have any glass? No, we... Okay, we're going to need to smelt up a couple of pieces of glass. And hopefully the smelting process will become a little bit easier once we have some more, slightly better machinery. So we have some gold. That is the redstone reception coil taken care of. Got some copper going, which I'll stick some more of in that furnace, just to keep the copper going. Glass. So that is this guy made? Nope, not quite. Tin gear. And that is machine frame ready to go. Now we need some copper gears. One. Do we only have enough for one? Wow. You know, I might transfer a little bit of this copper into the bottom furnace, just to keep it going. Okay, one more piece of copper. And I believe that should be enough to make a redstone furnace. So this guy can now go here. Luckily this thermal expansion, so it is all compatible with everything. But the problem is we have no engine for it at the minute. And what I'm going to need to do is hook up either some sort of power storage unit, and then use flux capacitors. Or I could just build a new engine. And how expensive are flux ducts, which I will need to use to transfer the power. So basic flux ducts don't look like they're that expensive actually, they just require a little bit of lead. And, you know, I might actually be able to make that. Okay, we need one more piece of glass. Okay, that's... I might just smelt up a bunch of glass actually. I'm gonna have to go and find somewhere and dig up a bunch of sand. Okay, let's get rid of the last of that copper. I think we probably are due to get some upgrades actually, because I think the pulverizer and the current furnaces and the current furnace, they're going to be pretty slow, I'm not going to lie. We are definitely going to need to upgrade them. And I think what I'm going to do to solve the power problem temporarily, I know it's a bit of a, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the solution myself, but I think what I'm going to do is place this guy in the floor and then hook up some power ducts to let these guys both get powered. When that guy updates and when this guy actually gets some fuel and some coolant, which I'll give him now. So do we have any more coal? Okay, we are definitely running out, so we're going to need to do a mining trip quite soon. This guy's using up all of his internal energy, and it's going to go into these guys. Okay, they're now full, so he should now be gaining some power, yes. So that's working quite nicely. So this guy I'm going to put on ignored. And hopefully, if I change this guy around in the configuration, I should be able to get this guy to output to the side. So we're going to need... I believe we're going to need the red... I think ideally what I'd like is I'd like these things to output on the same side. I'm just not sure what configuration it needs. I could in theory use a servo, but I don't really want to have to use a servo. So if that outputs the yellow, I believe that will work, hopefully. Okay. So just to test it, I'm going to run all my ores through the system and hope for the best. I'm not sure if this thing actually pulverizes the black quartz ore, so we'll test that out now. Yes, it does. That's good to know. I know some ores aren't compatible with it, so that's why I wanted to check. And I think at some point we are definitely going to need a sorting system, because this is, well, it's quite a messy sort of storage area that we currently have at the minute. It's, I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit of a mess, and it's going to need sorting at some point in the near future, because we're just pretty much at the minute ramming everything into a chest and hoping for the best. So there you go, so that's all working, and by the looks of it, guys, we now have a working furnace system. So hopefully this guy shouldn't be losing any power. Okay, yes he is, so we're going to need to upgrade our power system ASAP. So I think what I'm going to do is end the video off here, guys. I think we are pretty much at a fairly nice wrapping up point. We've got some more machines and stuff set up. So thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed. Goodbye from Patent Plum.